Hello guys, my name is Jesper Nissen, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use driving directions to boost your local SEO, so that is your maps rankings. And in order to help me and the algorithm, please comment driving directions for local SEO in the comment section below. So let's get started. I made this diagram for you to show you and to explain to you what's the strategy behind this, but let me first show some results here. So this is inside of the Google Business Google Business Profile Rank Tracker in YACSS, and I I created a local SEO project for these guys 4 days ago. Was the 10th of April, I can see here. So this was when I created the project, and this was the end result. And the target keyword was, so this is tree service, but the target keyword was stump removal. So I'm monitoring these 4 keywords: tree service, tree removal, tree pruning, and stump removal. And you can see that for stump removal, which was what I targeted in the beginning, they had a ranking of 5.96, the average ranking. And after 4 days, or 3 days actually, the rankings improved to 3.8. So you can see what it looks like here. So this is the grid when they started: 596, 531, 525, and 38. And we can also see the difference between the original scan when we started and the newest scan, which was 3-4 days after. So we jumped from 5.96 to 3.8, and you can see that all of these numbers here, we have the 1, 2, we have in the middle we have 1, and then we have a lot of 1s here, and a lot of this red is converted to yellow. So all in all, it's a very positive ranking signal. And although that stump removal was the target keyword, I also saw similar positive movements for the other keywords. You can see here, this is what was it? Tree service. And if I click on this pop-up here, so I can see the initial scan looks like this, average ranking 393, and the newest scan looks like this, 3.01. So that's a very positive ranking signal. And what did I do? Let me show you. So the thing is, we're talking about driving directions, and let's perhaps open Google Maps so we can see maps, what I'm talking about. So let's say that I'm looking at my own Google Business Profile. So that's me, Jesper Nissen here. So the idea behind creating these driving directions is that if I want to rank higher in the geographical vicinity of where I live, it will help me create driving directions from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here. You know, in the vicinity, create a driving direction in Google Maps. And of course, you can do this manually, and I'm doing this in YACSS. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can do it manually. I mean, if you're going to do it on scale, it's a little bit difficult and time consuming to do manually, but of course you can do it manually. So you can see here, let's see here, I have here Vigo, that's a city name, and then I can make a direction here to from Vigo to Jesper Nissen SEO, or Jesper Nissen My Google Business Profile. So this is what the driving direction will look like. It starts in Vigo, which is the city name in Aalborg, and then My Google Business Profile. So that's one driving direction. And then you can copy this URL. So you can see here it says google.com maps dear Vigo, and then the address, and then the endpoint. So this driving direction is a unique identifier for My Google Business Profile, because it starts in Vigo and it ends in My Google Business Profile. So it's a unique identifier. So I created one driving direction now. I can now copy this and put it into a notepad. Copy and paste. And so this is what the driving direction looked like in this particular case. So that's one driving direction. So and this driving direction it goes from Vigo and then to my Google Business Profile. So if I created these, a number of driving directions, in a circle, starting from here and to my Google Business Profile and here and so on and so forth. So then the idea and the theory is that it's a ranking signal to Google that people are creating these driving directions. And these driving directions, these URLs, you can then share them across all sorts of websites. And so that's what I'm showing here. So this is what I'm doing. So we have the Google Business Profile here, and that's what we want to boost. We want to boost the maps rankings for this guy here. And of course, the website is also connected to the Google Business Profile. We're not linking directly to the website per se. So so this is just a section of the work that I'm doing. I'm creating Google sites, cloud sites. I'm creating Google documents, and so cloud sites, and these Google documents are created inside of YACSS. And the My Maps are created partly manually, and then the Google Earth map is also something that not many people are doing, but it's also, so when you're creating these Google My Maps, if you don't know what a Google My Map is, you can go to My Maps and then create a free shareable maps. It's a Google property. And you can actually import your own Google Business Profile in the Google My Maps. That's what makes it so nice. And you can actually get a do follow link also from this My Maps. And you can open this in Google Earth. So when you open this My Maps in Google Earth, you can actually also get a backlink from Google Earth if you're doing it in a particular way anyway. So what you do, what the strategy is that you create all of these driving directions and also some good content, of course, but driving directions, and then you share these driving directions across these properties, because what is a driving direction? So what happens to this guy here if I put it into a Google site? Then it becomes a clickable link, and it's a clickable link to a Google property that is this driving direction, that's this URL. So this Google property will be boosted. It will receive a ranking signal, traffic signal, something like that. I don't know what to call it, but it will receive a signal that okay, so this Google property has it's getting attention. So the way that I do this is I don't do this manually. I go to YACSS. Let me just quickly find myself. So I'm finding myself here, dude. And then so what is the radius that I want to rank in? So what I normally do is I normally choose 7 kilometers. Normally when I make these ranking grids that I showed you before, the radius of my ranking grids is set to 6 kilometers. So what that means is that it's 6 kilometers to the right and 6 kilometers to the left. So when I'm creating driving directions, I'm going a little bit farther away. So I'm going out to 7 kilometers, but that's totally up to you. 100 driving directions. Jesper, Nissen, SEO in Aalborg. So that's my business description. Driving, walking, transit, bicycling. So these 4 buttons are there to signal to Google. Is it a driving direction for a car, for a walking person, for a bicycle, or for people using public transportation like buses and trains, stuff like that. And then my main keyword will be SEO agency Aalborg, SEO Aalborg, and a list of 20 or 30 keywords. Normally I use ChatGPT to produce these long tail keywords. Maybe I'm going to show that in another video, not now. But so yeah, so now I'm done. I can click create, and so this must be it here. URLs as text. Yeah, so here are the driving directions. So this was extremely fast. So you can see how fast that is. So if I open this guy here, you can see that it's a driving direction from Selma Lagerlöfsvej in Gistrup, and then it goes all the way into my Google Business Profile. And I can open another of these driving directions, and it will be basically the same, or not the same, but it will be a different driving directions, but it will be look like this. So that's the idea. So now I have these 100 driving directions. I can actually also download the embeds. What does that look like? Yeah, so it looks like this. So what I'm doing now is I can now grab this iframe here. So you can see it says iframe with, and then the source is this Google embed code of the driving direction, and then then this SEO Aalborg, jespernissenseo in Aalborg. So this is a spin text that we're producing automatically. So we have this anchor text link, anchor text inside of the iframe. So what I can do now is I can copy this iframe. Let me go into Mass Page Builder. Let's just call it test, and content test. And let me open source here. So now you can see what this looks like. So you can see that actually the iframe is there. So this is what the driving direction iframe will look like in a cloud site. And you can do the same in Google sites. You can do the same in, so this is in cloud sites. So you can do the same in Google sites, in other places where you can embed these iframes. So it could be WordPress size, PBN size, press releases, all of that. So the Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Slides is a different thing. So it's an integration. If I go to local SEO module, it's an integration that we have in YACSS. We can actually export these guys to Google Drive, and then we're creating a Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Docs. Then you can then also share all of these places. So in this manner, this actually becomes a little bit more complex and convoluted than what I'm showing here, because what I'm actually doing is that besides creating these Google properties that YACSS creates for me, so it's very simple and you don't need API to do it. You can also do it manually. Just open Google Drive and right click and create a Google Sheets and paste all of these driving directions in that I just showed you how to make. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the iframe code, the embed share code for these guys, and then I'm actually also sharing that in the cloud sites and in the Google sites. So there is also actually kind of like, it's not a link per se, because I'm actually iframing this Google Sheet inside of the cloud sites and inside of the Google sites. So same thing with docs and slides. So it's a little bit more complicated than what I'm showing here, but and also it's a manual, time-consuming process. Some of these things are manual, and some of it is automated, of course, as I just showed you. But so that's what I'm doing. The same thing with Google Docs is also going over to the cloud sites. So in this way, so this is very interesting, because what you're doing is you're not sending too much direct link power into the Google Business Profile. You can do that from the cloud sites. You can actually place outgoing links from the cloud sites and the Google sites to the Google Business Profile. That's, of course, if you prefer to do that. But you can also choose not to do it. And in this project that I showed you here, this guy here, I've chosen not to include direct links to the Google Business Profile, because I wanted to see, well, what's the ranking signal for driving directions only? And it seems to be a very positive ranking signal, because we are going from 5.96 to 3.8 in 4 days, without direct linking to the Google Business Profile. So that just shows the power of these driving directions. Yeah, so that was what I have for you today. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Remember, comment in the comment section below. Take care, guys. Have a nice day.